Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is Selina. Welcome back to one of my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So this week I'm bringing to you a gorgeous knit-like headband, and I absolutely adore it. It's really easy to crochet. And basically the stitches look knit, but they are crochet. So the free pattern is as always available on my blog selinaveronique.com, along with lots of pictures, and the link is in the down bar along with all the materials that I've used. For this project I used Stylecraft, Chunky Special by Stylecraft, and it's shade Pale Rose. This is 100% acrylic yarn, and I used half a skein, and this calls for a 6mm crochet hook, and that's actually the hook that I used. So I used a 6mm crochet hook for this project. Along, you will also need a tapestry needle and a pair of scissors, and that's it. And I will be using US terms. So to begin this project, you will be making a slip knot. So just go ahead and make a slip knot. Pop your hook through and tighten. And now we are simply going to be chaining 18. So just go ahead and chain 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've chained a smaller sample because I've already made my headband, but I will be showing you the technique. So once you have 18 chains, you are simply going to be chaining 2, 1 and 2. And now, once you've done that, you will be half double crocheting into the third chain from the hook. So count 1, 2, 3 and go into that and place a half double crochet into that. So pop your hook through, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook, and pull a loop through your 3 loops. And this creates your half double crochet, and the first chain 2 here counts as a half double crochet 2. Now you are simply going to be half crocheting into the next stitch and into the next chain, and into the next chain, and you are simply going to half double crochet until the end of the row, and then I'll show you how to do the next row. So I've just finished my row of half double crochets, and now I'm just going to show you row 2. So for row 2 you are going to be chaining 1 and turning your work, and this chain 1 simply counts as a turning chain, so it doesn't count as a stitch. And now what we are going to be doing for this row is we are going to be creating that knit-like stitch that we want, and instead of going into the stitch that like we usually would, so I'm just going to show you. So usually we would go into this first stitch right here. So there we go. I hope I'm going to take my hook out. We would go into this stitch and then this stitch. And basically what we're going to do for this pattern is go into the front stitch right here. So I hope you can see. So this is where we will be placing our hook instead of the normal stitch here. We're going to go into this one. So I'm just going to show you. So I'm just going to pop my hook back in. Okay, so I've chained 1, turned my work, and now I'm going to yarn over and go into that stitch that I showed you, pull up a loop. We've got 3 loops on the hook, and pull through 3 loops. And this creates our first half double crochet, and we're going to do the same in the next stitch. So just go ahead and do the same thing in the next stitch, and then go ahead and do the next thing in the next stitch, and go ahead and place your stitch in the next stitch like so, and go ahead and place a another one of those stitch like so, and this is what it's going to look like. So just carry on and I'll show you what to do at the end of the row. So I've almost reached the end of this row, and I've only got the chain 2 from the previous row that I need to do, and that counts as a stitch just for that first row. Just take your hook and go into this loop right here, which is the front loop, and create your half double crochet, and this is what it's going to look like. And now for row 3, chain 1, turn your work, and this is going to be different from row 2, and then once I've shown you that, it will simply be an alternation of row 2 and 3. So I've chained 1, and that counts as my turning chain, and now what I am going to be doing is going into the back loop. So I'm just going to show you where we are going to be crocheting. So these are our stitches, and you remembered we went in the front. So now we're going to go into the back loop only. So yes, for row 3, we're not going to go through these 2 strands. We're simply going to go through the back loop only that I'm showing you on my hook. So basically, I'm just going to pop my hook back in. So there we go. And I'm just going to show you, so we're going to go into the first stitch here and place a half double crochet into the back loop only. And again into the back loop only of the next stitch. And yarn over and go into the back loop only. Yarn over and go into the back loop only. Yarn over and go into the back loop only. Yarn over and go into the back loop only, and carry on doing that, and I'll show you what to do at the end of this row. So I've practically finished my row, and what I'm going to be doing, I've got 1 stitch left. I'm just going to go into this and place my last half double crochet, and this is what it looks like. And basically now for the next row, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and basically this is just a repeat of row 2. So remember, we don't go through these strands right here like we normally would. We are simply going to wrap our yarn around the hook and go into the front. It's not even the front loop, it's like this stitch right here at the front. Just go through it again, and so on. And if you need extra help on this, just rewind the video and watch this row that I did for row 2, except this time the last stitch will be this one, of course, because our turning chain does not count as a stitch. So these are all full stitches, if that makes sense. So just carry on doing this and alternating row 2 and row 3. So yes, just carry on alternating row 2 and row 3 until you have 33 rows in total, or until you are satisfied with the length of your headband, and then I'll show you what to do to sew your headband together. So here we go. I finished my headband, and I'm now going to show you how to sew it. And this is what I call the right side, where you can see the knit-like stitches. And behind, this is the wrong side, because this is where there are no visible stitches. So what we are simply going to do is fold this in half, like so, and make sure that each side is on top of the other side. And now I'm just going to show you how to sew this in. So I've placed my tapestry needle in the, well, the yarn in the tapestry needle, and I'm just going to show you how to sew your seam. So what we are going to be doing is going in the corner on the other side. So there we go. And like so. And I'm just going to use a simple mattress stitch, which means I'm going to go from one side to the other, alternating. There we go. And into the other side. So I hope you can see. However, you can use whichever stitch you prefer, because anyways this is going to be obviously on the wrong side of the headband, so basically it doesn't matter which seam you use, because it's going to be hidden once we turn it inside out. So yeah, so I'll let you carry on and then I'll show you how to finish off this headband. So here we go, I finished sewing my headband in, and it so happens I've got my 2 loose ends on this side, so I'm just going to tie these gently together. But if you don't have that, that's fine, just create a knot like you usually would. And I'm simply now going to be sewing in my loose ends. So there we go. This is our knit-like headband. It's absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely adore it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe for a new video every week. Okay, bye.